Hey everyone, this is Shawn Powell with Traffic Monsoon. I wanted to make a video today, and I had two topics in mind, and they kind of run together, and I think it would be well for a lot of people to see this. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll post something on Facebook, and a lot of times when you're doing a business, you're really thinking about it up to the minute and noticing things that's going on, maybe in your Facebook group or on your own business. And to me, it's about like preaching. To be a good preacher, you've got to preach on what you see in your business. You know what I'm saying? You got to get out to the people and tell people what you really think they need to be said. It's nice, to keep talking about certain things, the basics of the system and stuff like that. But if you acknowledge there's a problem, I think a good preacher they'll look around, and I may not point no names out or anything, but they'll know that when there's a problem, and that's what they'll talk about because that's what their job is. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, that's kind of what I think you should do in your business and address issues that you may see as being important to things. Now, I can already tell you, in Traffic Monsoon, I have brought in a lot of people in the last month. A lot of people, I had 12 people at one time trying to get set up with Payza before we had Allied Wallet. And I think a lot of people got a little discouraged because of the fact that, Payza was a little overwhelmed with 200,000 people all at one time trying to get their accounts. You know what I'm saying? And we overwhelmed Payza right by itself. Payza is not PayPal. It's not meant to be like PayPal. It's not big enough to really, take in this things. And I think it kind of, got a couple of people discouraged. Now, understand that any problems that a business usually has when it comes to online business, as far as Traffic Monsoon's been, has been pay sources. That's nothing else. Traffic Monsoon has been rock solid. Charles has done everything he's supposed to do. And as far as I'm concerned, Traffic Monsoon does what's supposed to do. All we're looking at is growing pains and then, life after PayPal and getting organized. Now we've got Allied Wallet. You got straight access to debit and credit card. So what I wanted to talk about now is a lot of people I see this coming into Facebook groups that we've got, the Planet Millionaire. A lot of these people know it's real, okay? They see me posting, they'll send me a message, a private message, talking about this and that and stuff like that. And I get a lot of my downline the same way. They're excited about the business, but the problem is they're still sitting on the fence. Now, what this video is going to be, is I want to show you proof as to, if you know this is real, why continue to sit on the fence? Because to be honest, y'all, sitting on the fence for a little while, looking over there before you make a decision, that's fine. I spent 2 days in the Traffic Monsoon Facebook group asking question after question after question because I wanted to know, does this work? Is it real? I didn't catch on to everything that was going on in the YouTube world and what was going on with Traffic Monsoon. I just didn't understand it. And I realized that I really wanted to. I was fascinated by it, but I didn't know, the answers. To me, that's one thing, okay? But if you know it's real and you're just sitting there, what's sitting on the fence is going to get you? It's going to get you splinters. It's nothing else. Some of y'all sitting there so long that your butts are getting pure sore from sitting on the fence. You know what I'm saying? And as far as I'm concerned, it's time to take action. If this isn't for you, great. But, if not, you're not helping yourself. Being in a Facebook group would being even one of the cheerleaders in there, but not applying action is a dead belief. You're not going to get anything done. So that's really what I'm going to talk about today. I made a post on, as a matter of fact, talking about this exact thing that I just mentioned. And I think it's real important for people to finally start getting out there and, start taking action. All right, y'all, I'm going to show you a couple of things here. And I've even got something I thought about. Now, I don't show the Traffic Monsoon calculator barely ever. But I learned something that I really think some of y'all would be very interested in knowing how to go big and what going big really means to you in your business. Okay? So let's go back to the basics for a minute here. This is Traffic Monsoon. Right? I've been in for 6 months now. Let me show you my withdrawal history. I don't mind doing that. Go down here on the bottom. There's 50 of them. Okay, I pulled for about a month straight. I pulled 200 every day, every other day, somewhere like that. And I put it in my Payza account. Payza started pending some of the things, so I decided to hold off a little bit. I think I was giving too many, withdrawals. So what I decided to do was maybe start pulling once a week. I don't care either way, you know, to be honest. I just wanted to make sure Payza was going to be rock solid, and it has been. But instead of doing over and over and over again, maybe pull once a week or once every 2 weeks, that'll be fine. It's the exact same thing. Getting the same amount of money doesn't make any variation. If anything, every one of these transactions are 50 cents, so it adds up a little bit, you know, not much to really matter, but, you know, either way. So, all in all, in the last month, I had pulled into Payza $3,586 is what I've got left that was in the last 30 days, because I haven't added anything else to it, okay? So let's keep this in mind here. So $3,586. Get a calculator out real quick. You have to bear with me here. Sorry about that. I like to wing it. Okay, so $3,586 is what I'm looking at right here. That's been in Payza for the last, 30 days. And actually it's only half the month, because I haven't put anything in. This is 10 days right here, but it's been 13 days straight, if I'm not mistaken, since the last time I've put any money into Payza. So this is really for 14 days worth right here, right? Somewhere basically in the ballpark. So let's go to Traffic Monsoon. Let's go back to the top. I'm going to show you how much has collected. Is $2,583.93. Okay, $2,583.83. Yeah. Okay. Now it's early on in the day. It's going to reach at least another $150. I'm gonna go ahead and say $2,700 just for the math. $2,700 plus $3,586 is $6,286 in the last 30 days as of today. $6,286 in the bank that I could put in, withdrawal right now to put in my pocket without touching growth. Okay, so that's the amount of money I've pulled. Now, that's not including Power Lead Systems as well. All right, I haven't had less than a $600 a week in Power Lead Systems in months. Okay, I'm averaging $900 to $1,100 a week. So let's say that just to keep it simple, let's add another $2,000 to it. Okay, so let's add $2,000 for that's just for Power Lead Systems alone. That's $8,286 in the last month. All right, I want you to watch this. I'm going to refresh right here. It's 2 p.m. It's just a tad after 2. I think that's probably the newest one, but I'll make sure. Take just a second. Yeah. Okay. So that's up to the minute. It's just turned 2 o'clock right now, as a matter of fact. All right. So in the last, let's see here. This right here was actually 100. Accidentally deleted one of them while I was on my phone. I don't know how I did it, but it still shows as being missing. So this is since March 23rd. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and it's about 970 times. It is 970 times getting paid in the last month and a week and a half. Okay, so a month, 1 week. Let's go ahead and say a month and 2 weeks. It's going to be 1,000 times in a month and 2 weeks, okay, of getting paid. Now, I don't know about y'all, but that's not too bad. And understand, y'all, I've had to rebuild since, the PayPal situation. Now, you look at this right here. In February the 27th, I was only paid one time for $5. This is what Payza was doing. Trying to get people organized. Trying to get people to get accounts. You know what I'm saying? Everybody to get rolling in their Payza accounts. And they had to get verified and stuff like that. But now that we've got Allied Wallet that's been put into play, you can see right here, y'all, it's as rock solid as it can be. And look, I'm going to show you something, y'all. In the next month, I can tell you where this is going to go. You see all these hundreds right here? Y'all, I got paid 960 sometimes in 1 month. All right? 1 month, got 965 times getting paid. That would come out to the equivalence of over $13,000 right by itself. All right? Now, a lot of these people right here are still Payza people. You know what I'm saying? Some people decide they want to wait until Payza releases so they continue to build their business as opposed to putting their money back into it. And that's fine. That's entirely up to them. But I put my head back down after this point right here, and I went and put in about 30 new people that are active members. Okay? And this is where this is going. Y'all, if you want to know it's real, it's real. Here's the answer, y'all. When you believe in your business, you commit to it, you get out to people, you make a name for yourself. You go make a footprint. You want me to tell you the best way to do that, y'all? Best way to make a footprint? It's right here. YouTube world. Y'all, I can already tell you, there's no better way for you to get heard in a business than YouTube. Okay? Because people can tell that you believe in your business. They know that you're real. You can sit here and you can show them whatever page I want to show them. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You know, Power Lead Systems, y'all, is the answer. That's the way that I brand myself. Here's my Gmail account. I'm showing you up to the minute exactly, you know, how much money I'm making, where the money's coming in from. I'm averaging over $200 a day average still already, and I just started back a month and a half ago from the rebuild. That's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. There's nothing that I can't do that you can't do. The difference is I believe in my business, and I get out to the people with applying action. Some of y'all think, and this is a big screw up on y'all's part, a lot of y'all, that you've got to be making money like this before you can tell the people. No, you don't. Listen, if you're excited about a business, there's no better time. Because don't wear yourself out. Some of y'all overthink this so much. When you just would get out to the freaking people in the first place, that's where you're going to get paid. When you succeed, you will succeed even more. Because the people around you that you friended on your Facebook, it's a routine situation, y'all. I get out on people to people in the YouTube world. Okay? People know that I'm for real. I tell them, y'all, if you're in Traffic Monsoon and you're not in Power Lead Systems, this is how I built this in a month and a half. A month and a half, y'all. If I want free from a job, I would be. I don't know about y'all, but I think $8,000 and something a month, and after a rebuild, is a win in a month's time. Don't you think so? Can you imagine where I'm going to be at next month? 3 months from now, y'all. During the summertime, while I'm out having fun with my son, enjoy it. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to manage this and manage some people that I put into the business, and I'm done. You know what I'm saying? This road is a road to six-figure income, period. I've done other businesses where I busted my ass, seriously, getting a lot of leads, and it didn't come nowhere near to this. This is so simple, it's pathetic. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, all you got to do is get out in front of people, tell people that you believe in your business, let them see that you're real, let them see that you're committed to it, get in your Facebook group, do your timeline. It's not hard. Facebook is about being social. If you want to know what Rob Fraser, Frank Calabro Jr., and I have in common, we all make footprints. And listen, you want to have a footprint for yourself. There's a lady named Renee Sullivan. She's a sweet little lady. I can tell you what, she's going down the same path I am. Me and her are sitting on the same road. And some of y'all, you've got the answers, and you're holding yourself back. You're the one holding yourself back. Ain't nobody else holding you. And if you're not doing it, then who's living your life? See what I'm saying? You got to be responsible for your actions that's taking place in your business. This video right here now, I don't script jack, man. I can already tell you that. I just tell people what I think. Now I'm going to show you something else too now. Obviously, if anybody's seen any of my other videos, this thing's pure getting old, man. You know what I'm saying? All I do is I come up here, I may update a video on this. I may, edit this out. Something that's 31 minutes is a long video, but it's a lot of good content. Sitting there talking about how my little boy, me being free from a job for a whole year. Yesterday was May the 7th of 2016. That was 1 year of being free from a job. Y'all, I was there every day my little boy was 8 years old. Every day. And I make 3 times what I used to make in the restaurants. You know what I'm saying? And before PayPal, I wish PayPal hadn't happened. I really do, but guess what? It's not going to keep me from going to work. I put my head down, I get back to work, and I'm doing it. That's it. Y'all, I can tell you, I could have been very content, but I've got 105 active members now, $29,565. I'll hit $30,000 by tomorrow. This is while taking a huge dip. That 3rd month in, after the third month because of PayPal, having to start back over. See what I'm saying? This is the dip I keep talking about. You can look at it. It's real. And some of y'all hit this and stopped. Why? I'm going to tell you something else too. Here's reality. While some of y'all whining and complaining, I got out there on Facebook. I continued to do my YouTube, and guess what happened? This is what happened. If you would have quit trying to look at the new shiny thing or another rev share that wouldn't be there if Charles hadn't made it in the first place, because that's all they're doing is trying to get what Charles has gotten to. That's the honest truth. And if, you know, when they hit their roadblock, are you going to quit with that too? Are you always going to be a quitter when you hit a roadblock? I'm not. And let me tell you something. When y'all were whining and complaining, I was getting out there to the people. I was getting sign up every day because I had no competition. God does this, y'all, to weed out the weak people. I'm not going nowhere. I'm rock solid, man. I can already tell you. I'm going to stay committed to this. But listen, y'all, Power Lead Systems is the answer to branding yourself. I come here, I talk about it, I tell people what I think about it. It's a video about like this, more directed towards, you know, showing how the business works, though. And when I'm done, I tell people that, hey, y'all, go ahead and sign up at Traffic Monsoon. Make sure it says Shawn Powell as your sponsor. Then I tell you to friend me on Facebook, because if you don't friend me, I can't help you. I'll welcome you into the Facebook group, get you some more information. And then they can see me being active on my timeline. They can see all the things I'm putting up here. They can tell that I'm the sponsor that they probably need. That's not my timeline. I'm sorry. That was my post. I put it on my timeline also. I apologize. But y'all, I mean, I help people. I don't mind. Anthony Michaels right here just messaged me. He asked me a question. You know, I just sent it back to him. He's not my downline. I don't mind. You know, I try to help people if I can. And hopefully they understand that, you know, power to Power Lead Systems. All right. This is the ad I made. You know what's better than being free for a year and getting paid over 600 times a month? There's the 600 times. Nothing. Free since May the 7th, 2015. This is an ad I would use. See what I'm saying? I put on my timeline. Let people see stuff like this, man. This is me talking about getting paid over 900 times in referrals in less than 6 weeks. This is me getting 4 new gold members and a diamond in an hour and a half's time. A couple of days ago. This is a new page I made just for the webinar we have every week. I built a new page right here so people can look at it. You know, and y'all, this is what your timeline should be like. Here's that Renee Sullivan lady. Look, I can already tell you, man, she's going to be a beast in this business. She's been in this longer than I have. You know, and me and her are real close in as far as our numbers, and she's a sweet lady. She puts out what she's supposed to be putting. I haven't been to her timeline, but I'm darn skippy bet you it looks a lot like this one. You know how I know? Because she's a leader. She's doing good in her business. She's growing. Last I know, she's probably got about 40 or 50, if not even more, active members. She's doing what she's supposed to do. And she's still learning as she goes. That's what y'all are missing. Some of you think you got to know everything for you to do something. You don't. You show people that you believe in your business. You get out there and you learn as you go. If you apply action, y'all, I swear to you the answers are going to come. There's no other way about it. Okay? Now, to me, showing them you first as soon as they can so they get to meet you, see that you're part of the business, you know, that's what they want to be a part of. Somebody's sending me a new message. Just apologize. Okay? Now, I've made another page here. And this one says, meet me in my story. This is me talking about it. There's Frank Calabro. This is my free training page, and I'm giving them some direction on using Frank's 3-step formula to Yellow Brick Road. I'm the only one that promotes it this way, but it works for me, right? And think both of these are good, and they both got good Facebook groups. I don't mind sending either one of them. I hope they use both. I've got over 150 subdomains. You can make as many as you want. Now I'm going to go ahead and talk about the other thing real quick, y'all. Something else I want to show you. And I don't do this very often. I really don't, but I think some of y'all need to see this. Okay, and it's going to have to bear with me. Me making videos has a tendency to slow down the Traffic Monsoon calculator and this and that. But I'm going to go back to a calculator real quick. Again, $8,286. Let's do that times 12 months. That's $100,000, y'all. And it's sitting right now. Now let me ask you something. Do you think my business is going to stay the same? You've seen how much it's grown it has grown in a very short period of time, right? I think y'all know it's not going to stay at the amount it's going at. That's going to be, I guarantee y'all, you're looking at $20,000 months for me coming up pretty soon. That is $250,000, y'all. $250,000. Now, all right, now here we go. I'm going to talk about something real I think is drastically important. Number one, why did I start off with ad packs? You know what I'm saying? Why did I start off with 51 ad packs on day one? Day two, I added 20 more. I bought 71 ad packs on my second day in the business total. Okay? Let me show you something, y'all. This is why I'm a math guy. All right? You see this right here, $6.39. Now, obviously, I did not pull any money for over, it was about 70 days. Might have been 90 days. I can't remember. It's been a little while since I've done this. But let's say 70, 80 days straight before I pulled my first dollar, right? Okay, let me show you something. 71 ad packs. This is at $1 a day at 2%. We actually make $1.10 a day average. All right? So I'm going to show you something. This right here, let me show you what 2 years with no sponsoring is worth. If I can get to quit. $38,808. Can you see this right here? Now, to be honest, add 10% more to it, and the fact that most of y'all are not going to pull any money at all for a while is just going to kill this number right here. It's going to kill it. Okay? But if you're pulling from day one, and we're at 10%, let's add another $3,000 more dollars. You're looking at $42,000 in the first 2 years alone without sponsoring anybody in your pocket. Okay, $42,000 off of 71 ad packs. I didn't even put in, what did I put $3,500 in? It's like $3,500, $3,600 at the most. Y'all, that's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous amount of income. All right, all you gotta do is managing it. You just have to be smart about it. Now, let me ask you something. Let's say some of y'all come in at 30 ad packs, right? Let's see what 30 is for you. Okay, 30 ad packs. And most, like I said, I know y'all aren't going to be pulling from day one, but let's do it just to see what comes up as. Okay, if you started with 30 ad packs, y'all. Sorry. Trying to get this done here. Okay. 30 ad packs, let's add the other 10% to it. Just to be honest, it's going to be there. So 16, 17, that's $18,000. Off of 30 ad packs. That's $1,500, and you're making $18,000 without sponsoring anybody, just rolling it back over, pulling 9%. Again, man, if you went the first 60 days or 100 days or whatever without pulling and rolling this back over, you would kill this amount. You would kill it. Now, why do you want to go big in your business? Because when you go big, your downline will go big as well. Okay? You're way more likely, y'all. Because I went 50 on day one and added 20 more on day two. I haven't bought any more ad packs out of my pocket. Everything else has been rolling over. I want y'all to understand this. I have yet to have a week that somebody has not bought more than 50 ad packs in their business. I've been in for 6 months. You understand what I'm saying? Why would they do that? If I had only bought 2 ad packs, and I'm telling people to get 50 to 100 ad packs or whatever they want to start off big with, the first thing they're going to ask is, well, that sounds great. I see all these numbers. I see what you're doing here. But let me ask you something. Why would they do it if I've only got a couple of ad packs? Some of these people, y'all, would do it in a heartbeat, and they don't because you didn't tell them. You didn't put it in their mind, and you didn't do it. You got to practice what you preach, man. You cannot expect other people to do things when you yourself won't do it. Okay, let me show you something. Here's 100 ad packs. Let's do it again. 100 ad packs, y'all. Yeah, I did good that time. 100 ad packs, y'all. $5,000 going in your business. and add another 10% to this, be 554. Let's say 50. It's going to be $6,000. Okay, so you're looking at $60,000 in the first 2 years with a $5,000 investment without even sponsoring. Again, let this bad boy roll over without taking any money out, and then you're going to kill this. You see this number down here, right, where it says sum? Yo, I mean, this is math. And on top of that, these are below numbers. If you want to say this number, that's fine, because we're way above it. We're $1.10 a day, not $1 a day. That's a 10% of more ad packs being matured and rolling back over. More ad packs that wouldn't even be there, it's even being shown. You see what I'm saying? It's more money than this. It's how it compounds. I'm just letting you know that the math is here. I'm a math guy. Why do you think that, and I know this is real, I know it's real. Why do you think I went and bought 51 ad packs on day one? See what I'm saying? Y'all, you want to go big. Now let me ask you something. If you know this is real, and some of y'all, look, 100 ad packs, I'm not going to continue to do it, but you know 200 ad packs is going to be well over $100,000. What are you going to do to get money like that? There's nothing your bank is going to do. It's not going to happen. Okay? And I don't care. If y'all want to start off small and then realize, hey, you know what? It's real. I see it's real. The money pools. You know, I can get money to pool. Whatever you got to do, man. If you want to know if you can pull the money, here's the proof right here. Withdrawal history. You know, call me weird. Those are withdrawals. It's all going to Payza. You know what I'm saying? I mean, here's from March 15th, right here. 16th, 19th, 23rd, 25th, 26th, 29th, 30th, 1st, 4th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th, 12th, 13th, 15th. You know, it's like I said, I think I'd gotten where Payza was really starting to get overwhelmed with all me pulling. So I decided that I'm just going to pull once a week as opposed to doing that. And I've let it to build catch back up. I let them get all their pinnings done. And in a couple more days, I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, withdraw again at my same amount up here. So, you know, to me, it's about $250 a day, somewhere in the ballpark. I'm not missing it by too far of, and I'm just pulling it that way once a week or once every couple of weeks. That way, there's no sense in, you know, make it easier for Payza. If it helps Payza, you know, with the pinnings, then just do that as well. Let me see what else I got here. All right, y'all, I think I'm about done with this video. The whole point is this, y'all, is if you know it's real, and it is, and you know, I don't know what else to say. I've been free from a job for a year. I would give anything to have been part of Traffic Monsoon from day one, because what I did, I learned a lot. I taught myself how to do Facebook in another business, and it was a good business. You know, I felt I was proud of it. You know what I'm saying? If I had known that Traffic Monsoon would have been so much better for me to make financially, you know, I can already tell you, man, you get 100 active members into this business, there's no way it cannot change your life. Okay? I'm sorry. Now, if you want to use Facebook, if you want to use YouTube, I would highly suggest. I'm going to tell you, I don't know anybody who makes it big in online business that don't have a YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? And look, y'all, I mean, this is easy stuff, man. Let me show you something. Right here, this stuff adds up. 904 subscribers at 97,815 views. Okay? How many of these people came into my business, watched 2 or 3 of these videos, knew that they could relate to me? You know what, let me tell you, this is how they relate to me. Being a single dad, being free from a job, maybe wanting to accomplish what I've done. I got free in 6 months by doing Facebook, man. 26 years in the restaurants, working 65 hours, and I quit to come home to be with my little boy. You know what I'm saying? Now, I lived tight for a little while because I wanted to make sure I was going to make it work. Freedom was more important to me than going buying a sports car. You know, I'd really rather have that sitting in the bank and know I've got freedom while I'm still learning. But y'all, I'm telling you, there's nothing better than this. You know, I just went and picked my grandma up, took my aunt, because today's Mother's Day. My mom passed away when I was you know, young, when she was young too. And so I go get my grandma. My grandma means a lot to me. And so I went and go pick her up for Mother's Day and took her out to eat. And I had my cousin and had his fiance, her kids. You know, it was a right nice little get together. You know, I wouldn't have been able to be here, man. I wouldn't have been here. What if something happened to my grandma next week? She's almost 90 years old. Working your tail off 65 hours a week ain't the answer. You know, and the sad part is I felt like I was doing good. Compared to who? Working that many hours with my son sitting in a babysitter's? Who's benefiting from this? Nobody. This is so easy, it's pathetic, man. When I'm done with this, I'm about to watch Netflix. I'm going to lay on the couch. I got the ceiling fan going. Got a blanket right beside me, and the cat's getting here. It'd be jumping on my legs and falling asleep. And I'm going to watch YouTube, and I'm going to promote on Facebook. I'm going to upload this video, and I'm done for the day. There's no comparison, y'all. There's no comparison. If you are on the fence, y'all, it's time to get off. If you have seen my business and you know it's real and you haven't jumped in Traffic Monsoon, then y'all, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. Find another rev share that's got 3 million people in it that's been around for as long as this one. I don't know what else to say. If you want to do another business, go do one you believe in, but jump in it, man. Get off the damn fence. There's no sense in sitting up here. Okay? No sense. If you're not part of Traffic Monsoon, go ahead and click the link down below. It's going to take you to this page right here. You can hear me explain, Traffic Monsoon a little better. Sign up at Traffic Monsoon. Make sure it says Shawn Powell. Friend me on Facebook, just like I told you earlier. If you're already in Traffic Monsoon, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, or if you've messed up, Shawn28341 is my username. If you accidentally signed up in Traffic Monsoon as your sponsor in the process, and some people do that, then just send in a support ticket or go to live chat under support before you log in. And they're going to put you underneath me where you're supposed to be. I'll welcome you in the friends Facebook group, and we'll go ahead and get you in Power Lead Systems, y'all. Diamond in Power Lead Systems, 147 one time. I've gotten 78 diamonds in the last year. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, it's the real deal. You get $100 for every time a diamond falls on your pay line. You get pass-ups. You do not want to get these emails letting you know you missed $100. Every week now I've got a downline that's messaging me, let me know they just lost $100. I hate for them to do that. Go ahead and get qualified from day one, and you're going to be smiling from ear to ear when you get that very first $100. Okay? It lets you know it's real. It lets you know it's real. Y'all, the business is as real as it gets. I love Traffic Monsoon. I love Power Lead Systems. I just hope some of y'all would just understand that if you believe in the business, if you just open your mouth and get seen, it's going to work for you. And that's really where the answer's at. If you need anything, y'all, let me know. My phone number's down below. I'd be tickled death to help you out. I appreciate it.